Hey, what's up guys? My name is Eric Schmieder, and in today's video I'll teach you how to mount your skateboard. So let's get on with it. So right here I got my T-tool or my skate tool. If you don't have one of these, you can get them at the local skate shop or mall shops like Sumi's and whatnot. If you don't have any of that places nearby, or if you have a pair of other hardware stuff like screwdrivers or wrenches, you can also use those. But if you don't have any of those, this one is your best friend. It's really small. It can fit in your backpack really easily. It has 3 holes for them. It has one for the trucks, one for the axles for the wheels, and one for the bolts for the trucks that you place them with the board. So alright, so a deck, which is known as a skateboard, is made out of wood and other items as well, maybe even carbon fiber and whatnot, but generally it's made out of wood. The top here is grip tape. A grip tape is basically this sand-like paper texture that you can just place on top of the board that's made out of wood. Like the name says, it gives you grip, so when you put on the shoes your feet won't slip off or lose balance. They generally have that grip texture. If it's brand new, most of the time it will just give you some hand cuts and whatnot, so that's why sometimes you may feel your hands like kind of dried out. It's because generally the grip tape just kind of like cuts your hand. So alright, I got my truck right here. A truck is made out of a base plate, which is this bottom part right here. This truck right here, where you basically do the tricks, grinds, and whatever. This is a kingpin. The bottom here, the orange yellowish part right there, that is a bushing. Now I'm gonna remove this axle from the corner right here, and inside this axle they have generally these rings. I don't know if you can see those, but these small rings are kind of like small spacers, so your wheels, aka the bearing inside the wheels, doesn't get clogged up or blocked, and it slows you down. So generally I also have my wheel right here, and this goes for every type of wheel. So this goes for any type of wheel. Sometimes bearings are hard to put on wheels. This ones are easy because I was cleaning them. So basically I have right there, and I just push it inside. If you can't do that, what I suggest is just putting the bearing inside that axle star right here, the wheel right here, and just pushing it. Generally right there is locked inside the wheel. Like I said, one of the rings goes first, the bearings with the wheels, and then the other ring goes on top, so the pin right here doesn't actually slow and touch the actual bearings. So alright, I like to put it with my hand a little bit first, so it kind of like locks in easier, and then what I like to do is just take my T-tool and just screw it. I like to leave it in a place of movement that it's not gonna lose too much, or it's gonna be too tight. Generally, if you leave it really loose, it's gonna look like this. You don't want that. You want to have it just about right. That's a little bit loose as well. You need to find that happy place. Right here is good for me. It's a little bit loose, but not too loose. And generally that goes for every wheel with bearings. Alright, so the last part is basically putting the base plate, obviously, which is the truck, on the board. Generally what you want to do is have the area with the bushing facing the body of the skateboard, which is basically this area. The bottom one and the top one, this area right here, the kingpin, should be facing like this, not like this upwards or downwards. When I say downward, I mean the down part also facing the tail. You want it to be facing like this, right? Kingpin with bushing inside. Technically, both of them, bushings and kingpin, should be facing each other. And what I like to do is put one of the bolts right here. You see those? Put that bolt right here so it holds it a little bit in place. And then I like to get the pin right here and just screw it in a little with my hand. I'm not gonna force it tight yet. I'm just gonna try to secure this one first. Alright, so now that I got it a little bit like secure, I'm gonna put the other one at the corner opposite of it, so that way it holds firmly when I try to like put the rest of them and actually tighten them up. So yeah, I'm gonna put the other remaining two. And now I get my T-tool and I get this little small screwdriver right here, and I take the bottom part, which is this one. I hold the bottom part with the pin, and the other side I put it with the screw, and I screw it together. This basically tightens them up so your trucks are secure and tight and they don't wobble or fall apart. Basically, these bolts, all of them come in various colors, designs, and lengths. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. Longer ones are for spacers for the base plate, making it more taller, you could say, if you have bigger wheels, or if you just want to pop higher tricks with your ollie, kickflip ollies, or pop shoves. So yeah, that's the basics of the spacers for the trucks. You also got spacers for your bearings. That's because some shapes of the wheels on the inside are really thin, and sometimes they get worn out, and that means that the bearings touch each other, and you don't want that. That's like having basically less speed, and the spacer helps with that by reducing the space between them and actually not touching each other. So yeah, I'm already done setting the trucks up, and yeah, there you have it. This is how you actually mount a skateboard. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Anyways, thanks for watching and peace out. Bye bye.